New from Vinegar Syndrome is The Ghost Dance from 1982. It is a Native American horror film slasher. I'd never heard of this one before. I'm always happy to discover another slasher from the 80s that I hadn't seen before, and I eagerly threw this one on, wondering what I was going to get. Now, I do love the kind of setting of this, the kind of desert that we're in is a great setting for a kind of slasher, and there's not many that I've seen in this kind of environment that really kind of packs a punch. And this one, for the most part, at the start, it kind of does. We have a group of people digging up some of the land from a local university. They discover a body of sorts. One of the Native Americans invokes the spirit. He does the ghost dance and is imbued with the spirit of one of his ancestors, who will protect everybody by killing every non-Native American that is involved with this dig. There are so many things about it that's very familiar and very tropey, but one of the things that really hit me with this film was the plodding nature of it. It seems to just be running in treacle. It's so slow, and the characters are never that great that I was never really invested. And the kills are plentiful, but they're signposted, and although they're kind of fun, they never offer any surprises or scares, and they're telegraphed well in advance. You know who's going to die. When somebody discovers a key piece of information that will help solve this mystery, you're pretty sure they're dying in the next minute or two, and they usually do. There were certain things I did like about The Ghost Dance. I liked the setting and some of the characters. There are some people who are really kind of interesting. The mix of the Native American culture was interesting enough, and I've seen a few horror movies that use this, and bringing it into the plot here was an interesting aspect. But it almost kind of reminded me a lot of the kind of 50s mummy movies. You know, they discover a body, there's a curse, the spirit comes back and starts to bump people off one by one. Now, I never said this was original, but it just feels as if it's kind of borrowing little bits and pieces and story plot points from many other movies, not creating anything of its own. Now, it has a killer score on this one, which I absolutely adored. I thought that was fantastic and something that kept me interested in the film. It has a really, I will say, and this is being kind, interesting finale. It was one that, I think it did piss me off quite a bit. But I know there'll be some people out there that absolutely love that kind of ending. It just wasn't for me. It annoyed the crap out of me, and let's leave it at that. The images that it creates when it comes to some of the scare sequences are really kind of good. The way it frames the killer in certain pieces, particularly within the university building later on as it kills a couple of people, is really well shot. Big hulking shadowy figure killing people in a brutal fashion. It's fine. It's one of those movies that's just, I'm kind of glad to have seen it. I can't really envisage going back and watching it again. Maybe with some friends, maybe further down the line. It was a fine movie, but nothing more than just fine. I would love to know what you thought of Ghost Dance. Did you love it? Why did you love it? Let me know in the comment box below. Should I revisit it? I didn't hate it. I just didn't find it completely engaging as I thought I maybe would. I think I could be talked around in this one. If you've got a good argument to lay, let me know. Lay it in the conversation down below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership programs, and manvfilm.com. Always, how much you can support. Thanks for watching. See you next time.